You emerge into the dark waters of planet 4546b through some mysterious process that nobody's quite figured out yet. No eggs, no nest, no cozy nursery cave. Just you, already 10 meters of pure muscle and mandibles, materializing in the depths near what will become your favorite shipwreck. Your 4 black-tipped mandibles twitch for the first time. And congratulations, you just discovered you're basically swimming around with 4 giant death hands attached to your face. The water around you pulses with bioluminescent life, and your own fins glow red in response. You're already bigger than most things swimming around here, which sounds great until you realize there are other Reaper Leviathans out there, and they've been at this game a lot longer than you have. Your first instinct kicks in, and you let out a roar. Not just any roar, but an echoing, bone-rattling scream that travels for kilometers through the water. That's your built-in sonar system, and wow, the feedback you're getting tells you there's something massive and angry about 200 meters away. Another Reaper. Time to find your own neighborhood. You cruise through the murky waters, your 55-meter body cutting through the ocean with surprising grace. Those 2 pairs of eyes on your head aren't just for show. You can see in nearly every direction. Though right now all you're seeing is a whole lot of dark water and the occasional glowing jellyfish that looks about as appetizing as neon lint. Your stomach rumbles, which sounds like a submarine imploding, and you realize you need to figure out this whole hunting thing fast. A school of fish swims by, and you lunge forward with your mandibles spread wide. You miss spectacularly. The fish scatter in every direction while you end up with a mouthful of seawater and wounded pride. Turns out those mandibles need some practice to coordinate. You try again with a lone peeper, and this time you manage to grab it. Victory! Except a peeper to you is like a single grain of rice to a whale. You're going to need bigger prey. Days pass, and you're getting the hang of your massive body. You've discovered that swimming near the surface makes you harder to spot from below, which is ironic considering you're literally the biggest predator in these waters. You've claimed a stretch of the crash zone as your territory, right near the broken remains of some giant metal thing that fell from the sky ages ago. The radiation doesn't bother you, and it keeps most of the smaller creatures away, giving you some peace and quiet between hunting sessions. Your hunting technique improves daily. You've learned to use your roar strategically, sending out echolocation pulses to map your surroundings. When the sound bounces back, you can sense everything around you, from the smallest fish to the largest obstacles. You've also discovered that approaching prey from behind works best. They never see those mandibles coming until it's too late. Your favorite move becomes the surprise grab from below, rocketing up from the depths to snatch unsuspecting victims. 3 months in, and you encounter your first Seamoth. Well, you don't know it's called a Seamoth, but this weird mechanical fish makes the most interesting sounds when you grab it with your mandibles. There's something soft and squishy inside that tastes surprisingly good once you crack open the metal shell. Mental note: metal fish equals tasty snack inside. You start actively hunting these things, learning their patterns, their escape routes. They always try to surface when they spot you, so you position yourself above them. Checkmate, little metal fish. Your body bears its first scars now, courtesy of a territorial dispute with another Reaper who thought your section of the crash zone looked particularly appealing. The fight was brutal, all mandibles and teeth, spinning through the water in a deadly dance. You both roared so loud that every creature within a kilometer fled the area. The water churned with your thrashing bodies, creating whirlpools that sucked in unfortunate fish. Your horn, that massive protrusion on your head you thought was just decorative, turns out to be perfect for ramming. You discover this by accident when you slam into your opponent's side, sending them spinning through the water like a 55-meter torpedo. In the end, you kept your territory, but your face now has some impressive battle scars. The ladies will love those, probably. Speaking of which, mating season arrives, and suddenly you're noticing other Reapers in a whole new way. The females are even bigger than you, which is both terrifying and oddly attractive. The courtship ritual involves a lot of synchronized swimming and competitive roaring. You try to impress one female by bringing her the remains of a Cyclops submarine you manage to flip over, but she just rolls all 4 of her eyes and swims away. Apparently, she's more impressed by territory size than hunting trophies. After several failed attempts at romance, You finally connect with a female who appreciates your particularly loud roar and the way you've decorated your territory with various shipwreck parts. The actual mating process is surprisingly quick and involves a lot of spinning around each other. Then she's gone, off to mysteriously produce the next generation of Reapers through whatever bizarre biological process your species uses. No eggs, remember? You're still confused about that one. Years pass, and you've grown into a true apex predator. Your territory now spans a massive section of the dunes, and you've successfully fought off 3 different challengers this month alone. You've perfected the art of the ambush, learning to hide your massive frame behind rock formations and shipwreck debris. Your roar has become legendary, sending smaller predators fleeing the moment they hear it echo through the water. You've developed a taste for variety in your diet. Sure, those metal fish are still fun to crack open, but you've discovered that stalkers make a nice appetizer, and the occasional bone shark adds some crunch to your meal. You've even figured out how to take down other predators by using your superior reach with those mandibles. Grab, squeeze, shake, swallow, it's almost too easy now. Your favorite hunting ground becomes the area around the Aurora's engines. The radiation keeps the competition away, and there's a steady stream of curious prey investigating the wreckage. You've memorized every hiding spot, every ambush point. Sometimes you just float there, perfectly still, waiting for hours until something swims too close. The patience of a true predator. But age is starting to catch up with you. You're not as fast as you used to be, and those younger Reapers are getting bolder. One particularly aggressive juvenile keeps testing your boundaries, darting in and out of your territory like some kind of aquatic punk teenager. You roar at him, but he just roars back, and you swear his roar sounds mockingly higher-pitched, like he's making fun of your old man voice. The battles for territory become harder. Your mandibles don't snap shut quite as quickly, and that spinning attack move you perfected in your youth now just makes you dizzy. You compensate with experience and cunning, but you know it's only a matter of time before some young hotshot decides you're past your prime. 20 years in, and you're the old legend of the crash zone. Younger Reapers tell stories about your battles, your hunting prowess, that time you supposedly grabbed 2 Seamoths at once with different mandibles. That last one isn't true, but you don't correct them. Let them have their myths. Your final challenge comes from a Reaper half your age, but with twice your energy. The battle is fierce, and you give it everything you've got, but youth wins this time. You're forced to retreat to the outer edges of the dunes, nursing wounds that heal slower than they used to. You find a quiet canyon to call home, far from the prime hunting grounds but peaceful enough for an old predator who's seen it all. You spend your last days floating in the dark waters, occasionally nabbing a slow fish that ventures too close. Sometimes you still let out a roar, just to remind everyone you're still here, still dangerous. The echo comes back weaker now, telling you about a world that's moved on without you. Then one day, you spot something in the distance, another metal fish, but this one's different, smaller, more agile, darting around like it owns the place. You muster your strength for one last hunt, pushing your aged body forward. Your mandibles spread wide, ready for the grab, when suddenly the metal fish does something unexpected. It shoots some kind of bubble at you, and everything freezes. You can't move. You can't roar. You can just float there while the tiny creature inside the metal fish gets out, swims up to your face, pulls out some kind of scanning device, and takes a selfie with you. The absolute disrespect. This is how it ends? Not in battle, not in glory, but as someone's vacation photo? The stasis wears off and you just float there, contemplating existence while the metal fish speeds away. You let out one final half-hearted roar that roughly translates to, "Get off my lawn," before settling back into the depths, defeated not by another Reaper, but by a tourist with a camera.